Hello, my name is Brittany Jordan, and I'm here to talk with you all today about accessible hyperlinks, which I know that we have all seen, we have all used in some capacity, but a lot of times we think that it's a lot harder than what it actually is. So I want to talk to you about the importance of ensuring that your hyperlinks are accessible, and then just how easy it is for you to do it for your students or your target audience. So accessible hyperlinks. A hyperlink is going to connect a URL to a file or a document that is going to be available in a separate location. The key thing about hyperlinks is that they play a super important role with accessibility altogether. You're pretty much embedding a link into the system and then titling it something that's a little bit more simplified and kind of straight to the point. So when you are choosing to embed links, you're probably going to be working with a concise string of text that is typically in the form of a URL. Now, the reason that this is so important is because this would permit a screen reader access to be able to determine where that link is actually leading them to, versus the screen reader user having to pretty much listen to each character in the URL. That could be overwhelming, that could be frustrating, and then there could be some characters that are left out in translation. So it's much more accessible and easier for individuals to be able to access where it is that you desire for them to go by simply just utilizing hyperlinks. A few reminders that I want to point out when you are choosing to hyperlink information. So it's important that you mention what type of file within your hyperlink description. So I know many of us have sometimes even used hyperlinks. I myself have been guilty of actually utilizing hyperlinks and forgetting to include what type of file. So it's important to list, is this something that is going to, as a PDF? Is this something that is going to be a downloadable file? All of that you can include in the description, and it's really simple and easy to be able to justify the difference, and that way people are fully aware of what it is that they're about to open up or access. It's also important that you underline the hyperlink text. This just allows for it to stand out, and while it also needs to be underlined, it's also important that it is a separate color from the other supporting text within the document or the file. All of these things are just important to keep in mind, because it's important that in regards to accessibility, that the hyperlink is not causing confusion, because you want to ensure that students or your target audience can access the information that you're sharing with them, and you want to be able to do that in a very efficient manner. So my just key pointers when using hyperlinks is going to be, make sure that the description itself is concise. You don't need to be wordy or long-winded. You can literally just make something that's pretty much straight to the point about the document that they're about to access or open up. You also want to make sure that you're being pretty descriptive with that as well. So the title needs to be descriptive, but then also the type of file that it is, that's important to include with the hyperlink. And then the last thing is just keep it simple. So don't overcomplicate titles and things like that. You want to make sure that you're not causing any type of confusion for your audience. I hope that this has given you a little bit more insight on the importance of accessible hyperlinks and why they play such a huge role in accessibility. Thank you.